In the month of April, Stephen Curry averaged 37 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal per game while shooting 6.4 made threes per game. But you guys already know that. The Warriors are currently matched up to go up against the Los Angeles Lakers in the technical first round play-in of the NBA playoffs with a chance to win. Now, if this happens every single possession, scratch all that, the Warriors are screwed. But let's say that doesn't happen and Curry continues his dominant April performance, knocking down 3 after 3 on Anthony Davis on anyone guarding him. No matter what the range is, no matter who it is, but there is one other case scenario that can happen again. The Lakers could just absolutely dominate on the boards. James Wiseman being out is going to be huge for the Lakers. LeBron can dominate in the post on whoever. Anthony Davis can dominate in the post on whoever. Andre Drummond can grab board after board and just throw it down over and over and over again. But let's say that doesn't happen. Let me put this into perspective for you guys. The Golden State Warriors are currently 35 and 33. Can you guess what their record is currently with Steph Curry playing in every single game? That's right, they are currently 34 and 26 with Steph Curry available in those games. That's right, the Warriors are a whopping 1 and 7 without Steph Curry on the floor this season. Which means if you multiply that by the amount of games that are played this season, the Warriors end up winning about 9 games throughout this season. While this is obviously historically bad and proves Steph Curry's MVP level this season, we're not here to only talk about Steph Curry's greatness and talk about how great he's been for the Warriors this season and just how maybe he should possibly win MVP. We're here to talk about how the Golden State Warriors could possibly defeat, and in my opinion, I think it's pretty likely, can defeat the Los Angeles Lakers in the play-in tournament. Besides Curry, the Warriors have 4 main shooters right now who are shooting pretty great compared to their past season numbers, and actually by far great compared to their past season numbers. Those players are Michael Porter, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Kent Bazemore, and Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole this season has been breaking out, at least in my opinion. Overall, he's been playing great. He's been shooting whenever he wants. He seemed a lot more confident, and he's even playmaking on his own shot. Juan Toscano-Anderson has turned into a great 3-and-D player, obviously playing great defense. He's getting hustle plays. You've probably all seen that play against the Celtics where he got a concussion from diving over the monitors into the crowd to save the ball, and he's shooting threes very efficiently, and so has Michael Porter. All 4 of these guys that I just named have been shooting at least 40% from threes since the All-Star break. Michael Porter even coming off a game where he just shot 7 for 13 from 3 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. He then went on to knock down a few threes against the Thunder the very next time they played them, but Curry stole the shine with 11 threes that game. Now we're going to focus on one player. That player is not Draymond Green, because Draymond's been playing great this season. I think he should be up in the runnings for Defensive Player of the Year. Obviously, I'm biased because I am a Warriors fan. Heads up, this whole video is a little biased because I am a Warriors fan. But Draymond Green has played great. He's getting a ton of assists, a ton of rebounds, and just doing normal Draymond stuff. He's getting people open. He's directing traffic. He's playing great. Now, the player we are going to focus on is Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins has been playing possibly his best season this season. He's shooting more efficiently than he's ever shot. And this isn't just his 3-point percentage or his overall field goal percentage. This is both his 3 and field goal percentage being higher than they ever have been. He's taking better shots. He's looking for better shots. He's getting better shots by creating them. His moves are better. His quickness seems to be better. And he's overall making smarter decisions. And not to mention, he looks a lot more confident and happy on the Warriors than he ever did on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Overall, with the way the Warriors role players have been playing, I definitely feel like they have a good chance of beating the Lakers in this play-in spot. Now, let's be honest here. The Lakers seem to be a little worried, at least. Even LeBron maybe a little bit. And trust me, I'm not a LeBron hater. I think LeBron's the greatest player in the world. Maybe. We haven't really seen him play this season a lot. But he was up for MVP debate before the injuries. But LeBron has recently come out and stated that he thinks whoever thought of the play-in tournament should be effing fired. Maybe there's a little correlation between the Lakers losing and LeBron starting to hate the play-in, especially having to go up against a Stephen Curry that's playing better than he ever has, with the Warriors at a pretty good chance of putting down the Lakers and not even allowing them to be in the playoffs. Now let's go over some of the Lakers' negatives. First negative, Kyle Kuzma is starting to play good. That is a negative because Kyle Kuzma just dropped 25 points, and ever since then, he's been chucking up shots. I'm not going to lie, Kyle Kuzma is not a really good player, but when Kyle Kuzma gets confident, he likes to shoot the ball. This was then exposed at the end of the Lakers Trailblazers game where Kyle Kuzma shot 2 for 11 from the field, including 0 for 6 from three-point range, firing up contested, hard-looking three-point shots at the end of the game with the game on the line. But enough with Kuz, on to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is having possibly one of his top 3 worst seasons of his career, and that's counting his rookie year. He is currently averaging his 3rd worst amount of points per game at 21.3. His only 2 worst seasons for points per game was his rookie season and his sophomore season. He has been injured, but that's all part of the point as to why he's playing like this, and that's why the injuries and the amount of games he's missing lately is going to impact the Lakers' chances of how far they get in these playoffs. AD is currently shooting his 2nd worst field goal percentage ever by .6. He's shooting his worst 3-point percentage since 2014, and he's averaging his worst free throw percentage in his entire career. He's not averaging as many blocks or steals per game ever in his entire career. Other than this is by far his worst season on the defensive end. Again, you could just scratch all of this and assume that AD will play like he did against the Rockets and just knock down every single jumper and mid-range shot he takes, and that would not be good for the Golden State Warriors. All the role players on the Lakers could knock down their 3-point shots. Wesley Matthews, Caldwell Pope, Kuzma even. Everyone can just start hitting shots, and this entire video could just go to waste. But we're going to pretend like that does not happen. Andre Drummond this season, since switching from Cleveland to Los Angeles, has dropped in every single statistical category, but you cannot blame him that much as he's been playing less minutes with a less bigger role, and honestly, he just hasn't had too much time to shine. I don't think he's been playing too bad, but he definitely should step his game up quite a lot to add onto the Lakers' slack. Montrezl Harrell is yet to prove himself in the playoffs. Obviously, last playoff series playing absolutely horrible for the Clippers and letting Jokic absolutely eat them like a bowl of cereal. Dennis Schroeder has been injured and hasn't played very much recently, and that could be a reason as to why they're losing games. Another reason as to why AD's not playing as great, and LeBron could also add on to AD. But since we're on the topic of LeBron, let's bring up LeBron James. LeBron has not looked the same since returning from injury. This is an obvious statement, as usually a player does not play as good as they were before injury, right after injury, with the exception of Steph Curry absolutely turning into Michael Jordan on crack after his tailbone injury. In LeBron's first game back, he had 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. That doesn't look too bad. He did play 32 minutes and only scored about half of those minutes, about 0.5 points per minute, which isn't terrible, especially just coming back from injury. He shot 50% from the field, but he did shoot 1 for 5 from 3, which is 20%, including probably the most important shot of the entire game. To add on top of this, LeBron also had 5 turnovers. That is obviously not good at all, and LeBron does not need to be having 5 turnovers in order for this Lakers team to succeed. The next game the Lakers played, Kyle Lowry decided to turn into Steph Curry for about a game just to prove to the Lakers that he is happy he stayed in Toronto. LeBron that game once again ended up with 19, 7, and 6, not looking too bad on the stat sheet, but shot 40% from 3, which isn't terrible. He only took 5 and shot good from the field. Once again, he had 5 turnovers. That's not going to help the Lakers, and that's honestly probably a reason to why they lost those 2 games was his 5 turnovers, as they were both extremely close games and only about 2 to 3 possessions. So, in order for this Lakers team to beat the Warriors, LeBron's going to start have to playing like at least 80% of prime LeBron, maybe 70%, and Stephen Curry is going to have to cool down a lot, which a lot of haters tend to say that he always does in good time. We could just scratch this entire video and assume that Anthony Davis starts playing like he did in his last game and AD goes off. LeBron starts playing like LeBron, and the Lakers just win against the Warriors, who are obviously not anywhere close to as good of a team as the Lakers are on the stat sheet. But as for this sake, let's just hope the Warriors can win, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took me a while, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Please drop a like. Please subscribe, maybe even a comment saying great job. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.